Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Ristar. This is round 4, Planet Sonata. Planet Sonata is basically the music planet. It's kind of unique because, you know, the other planets have been based on, like, environmental things, like the forest planet, the water planet, the fire planet. Well, in this one, basically our goal is to return these metronomes to birds. And it sounds kind of weird, and it is kind of weird, but it just works, okay? You know, don't ask. And you're gonna have to use various mechanisms like that claw and this fan in order to get it up here. The thing that sucks about this, though, is you have to wait on it. It's pretty much random whether it decides to actually come up or just kind of hang around at the bottom for a few seconds. Let's put it in this fan and we can make our way up here. Oh man, that sucked. Oh well, okay, let's get back up here again. I was trying to grab it and jump over at the same time, but I managed to screw up both. Alright, so let's just set our metronome up here. Let's set our metronome up here. And if we look up, there's a little platform here, and this one is a little bit tricky, but you can just grab onto that ladder and reach our bonus lever for 4-1. Now this one is very, very interesting, actually. It took me a while to develop the strategy that I eventually came up with. What I like to do is make a staircase. Whenever you hit the treasure chest, it'll disappear, so hit the second one, hit the third one, then come back and hit the fourth one, come back and hit the fifth one, and then you can just jump on up, then make it over to the real treasure chest. It's very easy to screw yourself over if you just start hitting random treasure chests trying to find a way through. So you may just be forced to sit there and wait out your 30 seconds while you fail the bonus level. So it's always nice to go in there with a strategy, and I found that's the easiest way to do it. Alright, so here's our next bird. And we get a health refill here. Now if you're quick with this one, you can do it just like that. There's like a path, you can put the metronome down in here and take this underground path, but if you do it this way, it's a lot easier actually. Oh, grab the bomb. That was probably a bad idea. And throw the metronome over that tall pole. Now, the other thing about this is, like, the green orb bot enemies, like that. That guy will actually steal your metronome and take it back. So let's just take this guy out and be safe. I don't want to take any more damage or have him steal it or anything. Okay, now this metronome, there's actually a speed trick you can do here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it within a few tries. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Grab it and make it up. Oh my gosh, I did that on the first try. That's crazy. Wow. Man, alright. But there's like a whole section down there that you can skip. I'm actually not going to do it this way because, you know, that's like the quick skip everything way. I want to show you guys like the real way to do it. Because making that swing and grabbing the metronome is actually incredibly difficult to do, despite the fact that I did it on the first try. So these bombs actually don't do anything to you unless you grab them. So it's okay to just jump into them. You don't have to worry about it. And we can just pass our metronome along here, and that's really all there is to do to this level. It's pretty much all just the same stuff. The obstacles just get a little bit more complicated with each new metronome you pick up. And then once we put it on this fan, we end up right back here at the top area where we ended up when we skipped everything. So, you know, it saves a lot of time if you want to do it that way. Alright, let's wait for this bird to come back down. I don't want to take damage from him. And pass it across this gap. And then stay to the left here. It's really tempting to go to the right, but if you just keep holding right, you'll land on spikes and take a bunch of damage. So we get a blue star, and we now have our mini-boss for 4-1. Now let's do this quick here. There we are. You can take out that far left one with the 3 hits, like, as soon as they come down the first time. And if you're quick enough on this and lucky enough, you can actually take out these other 2. Let's see if I can actually pull this off here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Come on, coming down again. Ah, nope. Well, if you take long enough, you get this little, like, intermediate thing where these orb bots come down and the birds just kind of bob their head. And if you do it, like I said, if you're lucky enough and quick enough, you can actually take out all 3 of those birds before this first little intermediate phase starts. You'll get a big point bonus for it, and it's just kind of fun to do, but you gotta be really lucky, because it's pretty much random which of the birds actually comes down each time. But anyway, that takes care of 4-1's mini-boss. I don't know why that conductor bird guy wants me dead, but oh well, whatever. Alright, that was good. 20,100 again. So now we're moving on to the next area, Dance Dance! Sounds very exciting. Actually, Dance Dance is quite a pain. It's the hardest level up to this point. So let's slide on this thing, and we're gonna have a bunch of annoying obstacles pretty much as soon as we drop down here. Alright, so this first thing is this little spinning penguin chick who, like, flings her kid at us? I don't know. But if you try to grab her while she's pretty much got the kid anywhere, you'll always take damage. So you pretty much just have to wait. And now we have these guitars that pretty much seem to do random things. They can either dance around, they can drop down like twice in a row, you know, so the easiest way to get through these is to jump. If you just jump the whole time, they don't do anything. So it took me a long time to figure that out the first time. Like, I thought you just had to be really lucky to get through there without taking damage, but that's the way you're supposed to do it, I guess. So now we're moving on here, we're bouncing on some drums and avoiding some spikes. This is the part where it starts to get a little bit tricky. Now, you're gonna have to avoid all these spikes. I've never gotten through here without taking damage. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you're supposed to do it, but... Alright, let's get a health recovery here, and of course, the bonus area is down here through this big pit of spikes. Nah, nope, didn't work. Alright, once you get up here, start grabbing, like, the side of the walls when you jump up, because there's spikes at the top that'll obviously damage you if you touch them. And as you go all the way to the right, you get that bonus lever, and this is 4-2's bonus area, which is kind of fun, but really hard to do without taking any damage. Alright, so we start over here, and we can just head to the right. Just hold right for a couple of these. But then on the third one, you're going to want to wait and position yourself as far to the right as you can before doing this. There we go. Now let's do this again. Ah, I was a little early. I was one early, I think. It's on one of these where you actually have to go back to the left after you go to... It's this one, I think. Oh man, I almost got it. As I said, that's really hard to do without taking damage. There's just spikes everywhere, and you have to know what the pattern is. But you still should have plenty of time. Time actually may be an issue in that one if you take too much damage. So just be quick about it, I guess. Oh, that sucked. Thankfully, there's a star up here. Let's swing on these trumpets. If you actually bonk into the pegs or whatever, then it plays a little song for you. So that's kind of nice, I guess. But that lever is pretty much useless. Just use the drum. Alright, now we want to go through here. We want to go through a passage at the bottom right. And then if you do this just right, let's see if I can... You can actually get up here where you get an extra life, and sort of like the easier way through this part of the level. That started coming down on me. Alright, so we're pretty much at the end. Let's... Come on, throw your kid around at me. Oh, gosh, man, there's just so much stuff coming at me. It's so hard to avoid it all. Alright, we should be pretty much at the end now. Yeah, this is the end of the level. So this height bonus is kind of different. There's like a little... There we go. I mean, that's about as good as you can get it. You gotta watch out for that little platform sticking out of the right. So now we're on our boss of Planet Sonata, which is Away Sing. I don't know how to pronounce that at all. I'm not even going to try any further than that. So this boss is kind of cool, as with most of them, but it's this giant bird that pretty much attacks you by singing horribly, which is kind of an interesting concept. But what you want to do is knock this guy off by hitting the thing 3 times. If you stand underneath it and face to the left, then you can knock him off pretty much in rapid succession. If you try to do it from the right, it'll bounce you back a little bit first. And then you want to hit him a couple times, he'll return back to the stand, and it does pretty much just the same thing the whole time. Also, watch out for that stuff that's falling from the ceiling, because that will damage you if you run into it. Oh, missed that last time. Oh, I hate when he goes up high like that. It's impossible to grab him when he goes all the way up to the top. But anyway, that's Planet Sonata over with. We finished the boss. Yeah, sometimes that guy over there on the right, the bird who actually can sing, will throw you a star like he just did there. I don't know what triggers that. It seems to be kind of random, but he gave me one at the end of the battle for whatever reason, so I guess I should thank him for that. So Planet Sonata is now over and done with. Didn't get a whole lot of points for that one either. Like, I mean, I have no idea what triggers, like, how to get so many points on round totals. Like, you know, I think it was in the second area that I got, like, 16,000, so I don't even know what causes that. But anyway, in the next part, we'll take on our 5th planet, which appears to be sort of icy. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.